Yo, what is up guys, Leoric here. Today, I'm going to be talking about hype and how I think it's more damaging than positive when it comes to games. It's kind of slowly decreasing, people falling for the hype train and stuff like that. And I hate it when people say hype train. Hype train, hype beast, any of that kind of stuff. Oh man, I can't stand it, but hype based. Okay, I'll say why it's damaging. For one, a game being hyped up is more dangerous than anything, especially if there's no actual gameplay of a game coming out yet. There's loads of games right now with these CGI clips or like video clips of what the game is about, but there's no actual gameplay. I always stay away from any game that has game cinematics, something like that. Game CGI moments. Terrible way of using it. Game CGI moments when it's just like what the game is about. I'm like, okay, that looks cool. It's not the game, but that did look cool. I'm not saying World of Warcraft is a bad game or play. It's a good game. It's a really good game. But the CGI clips in World of Warcraft, if that just came out and there was no gameplay of it, I wouldn't even look at it. But if you look at play World of Warcraft, it's nothing like the CGI for sure. But the gameplay is how there's so much content that you get for your money out of it. You are paying a subscription, but you get a lot for what you pay for. Now if you're comparing cinematics to gameplay, I think if you get something like League of Legends, good game, cinematics extremely good. Both games look completely different. Depends on your point of your reference, your point of view when you see this. Yeah, it's all could be in your head. Just pretend you're doing that. But yeah, that's one way of doing it. But basically, okay, let's go back to hype. Let's not talk about cinematics. Yeah, hype can epically destroy a game if the game is overhyped or if it's promised to do stuff that it's not going to do. For example, No Man's Sky, when it came out, that was overhyped. It didn't do anything it was supposed. Well, it did a few things, but it did about 90% of things it was supposed to do. It didn't do. So a lot of people didn't enjoy it for that purpose. At the same time, I knew it was not going to be as good as it was because the way the guy explained it was, the game is so massive you won't meet anybody else. If you play most MMOs, there's no way they could have made a game that big that you will not see anyone else. I was thinking, okay, this is very ambitious. If it does pull off, if they do pull it off, it'll be great. Are they very likely to pull it off? Hell no, this is not going to happen. That's where I look at a game. Yeah, when No Man's Sky came out, it kind of destroyed the game before. If they never did any of this before, they could have probably sold more. The game is a lot better now, but when it first came out, it wasn't worth a AAA price tag on it. It was definitely not worth it. Now it might be. I'm not going to play the game. Already been put off and I got too many games. And why you should really not follow any game that's just started out with cinematics or that's just following the hype train and adverts and everything. You should always go for reviews when a game comes out. You shouldn't go out for a game before it comes out. Certain games they release an early alpha, which can be good, also can be bad, but it can be good. You play the game on an early access or beta and it's not the full game and you still enjoy it from what it is and you're willing to pay for it. After that, then sure, pre-order it, but don't pre-order a game based off a video play or E3 game video. You should always wait for a review to come out or a chance to play it on an alpha or beta. Game that was kind of strange with the alpha and beta that came out recently was Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, there was like every review that came out that first week said it was a brilliant game. A week later, the game was there was not much to do. So even early reviews are still kind of misleading. If a game review comes out in 2 days, it's most likely going to be a good review because the game has not been played that long, or if they got an early copy, they might say some bad stuff about it, but normally they bias because they got an early copy of the game. People I follow, like say Angry Joe and stuff like that. Angry Joe's reviews are really good. They're really long, so a lot of time I tend to skip games that I'm not interested in playing. But if it does make a game that I'm interested in playing, I will look at his review and watch it. I'll watch the section. I'll watch the section now, stop it, remember where I was, watch the section like tomorrow. They are very long videos, but at the same time, they are very good videos. And it also depends. Like one person's opinion on how good a game is good is different from another. So you have to look at more than just one source. I don't just look at Angry Joe. There's a bunch of people I still watch after that before buying a game. And the only reason I can see why you should follow a game because of hype, but this is still dangerous because I used to follow Destiny 1, play the hell of it. Destiny 2, did not like it. But I've always been a Bungie fan. I've always followed Bungie games. I've kind of fallen off that wagon since the last few entries. But follow a developer you really like. If it's independent, you really support. Always good to follow them because the more you support them, the more the games become better and better and better. AAA developers, it's not much of a problem if you don't follow them or not, but you might enjoy their games. If you previously enjoyed most of the games, like say if you played all the Call of Duties and you played like 200 hours in each of those games, sure, by the next Call of Duty, you probably will play another 200 hours into it. But I don't follow AAA developers, but it's really good for the developer if you do follow it for that reason. That's the only reason why hype is good for indie developers. If they're starting out, the game looks okay, but they need a follow-in for it to kick off. That's when hype can be good. See, when I see a game is I set the bar really low when it goes into any game, even if it's best game in the world. The last one, like say The Witcher 3, I thought that was the best. Witcher 4, I'm not going to assume it'd be any better. I set the bar really low, so I don't have over expectations for a game. High expectations for a game will kill it for you. I think any game you get, set the bar as low as possible, and you're more likely to be happier with the product than pissed off with the product. Because I've set games with high expectations, like say Star Citizen. I haven't played enough of Star Citizen, but at the same time, I must remember that it's an early game and they're planning to do a lot of stuff, but I did kind of go into high expectations with that game. It's not a bad game because it's set early, but at the same time, it's taken a long time for them to release updates. Very long time to release updates. So that game, I can see a game that's slowly losing its momentum because of how long it takes to update. It's basically doing, it's not as big as PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, but I think another reason why PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds lost the Battle Royale genre, no, not lost, it's got a lower audience now in the Battle Royale genre, Fortnite, is the low update release. Fortnite releases them a lot faster and more frequently, so people tend to also go for that. That's another reason why. So games that are, I said, high expectations, I tend to stay away from them now. If I got a high expectation, the game looks good, like Monster Hunter, I really want to get on PC. I got high expectations for that, but I'm trying to bring the bar back down by watching bad review, looking at bad footage of the game and stuff like that. That puts me off games. And last point of mine would be why I never pre-order a game. Period. I never ever pre-order a game. I've pre-ordered, not never, I have pre-ordered games in the past, but I won't do it now. If the game doesn't have a alpha or beta that I'm not interested in playing, I'll wait for a full release. I won't get a game on pre-order because it's pointless. You can always download a game. The game is never going to be out of stock that way. Before, maybe a game will be out of stock because they're all physical copies, but pre-ordering makes no sense, and it might save a bit of money on it, but you pre-ordering a game that you have not tried for £5 cheaper, or like 5 off the discount, something it's a little bit cheaper than the actual price is going to be. You're putting a bit of a risk there, because the game, if you pre-order like say 4 or 5 months in advance or a year in advance, you have no idea what you paid for. Best thing you could bet is that the game might be delayed, or it might come out on time, but there'll be bugs, there'll be problems with it. So that's why I never pre-order a game. I just give it a couple days. I never rush into any game. Okay, this is not a cheap game. This is a cheap game compared to like AAA standards when games come out. But Warhammer Vermintide, that game was £20, and even that, I looked at probably every review I could on YouTube before getting it, and yeah, that's what sold me on. I looked at reviews, watched a few streams, and that's what made me get it. I wouldn't have bought it otherwise if there's not enough reviews for it, because you have to look at the gameplay. First I look at the gameplay. Could I play it? Storyline, is there any? And is it just jumping in and playing? It is jumping in and playing, so I have got time for that. Like Battlegrounds, jumping and playing. I can't, to get into a story, it takes me a long time. I can only play a game for about half an hour nowadays, half an hour to an hour. So sometimes when you play a game like Final Fantasy 15, there's a lot of story with that, and it takes a while to get into. But yeah, that's another thing I just do. I just don't pre-order any games until a full review's out, or there's a beta or alpha that you can try for free. If you play a game for free, like an early alpha or anything, and you enjoy it, then get it. So that's the way I look at it. If you can afford it, get it. But if there's no early access, alpha, or reviews, don't buy a game. I know it's bad probably for an indie developer, but at the same time, you're promising you something that's not there. So it could be promising you nothing. It could be a No Man's Sky you'll be paying for. But yeah, I think I just don't pre-order, and you'd be happy. You'd save yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of money, but not pre-ordering and saying low expectation. But yeah, if you guys have any other tips with hype, do you follow it? Do you hate it? Am I completely wrong about why hype is bad? Let me know. I really want to know what you guys think about this. And if you guys have enjoyed this or found this very informative, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. My name is Leoric, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.